Eli Gottesdiener is a Washington attorney. He's suing Enron on behalf of about a dozen current and former staffers who were prevented from selling Enron stock in their 401k plans. Welcome, sir. Thank you for coming on our show.
Hi.
I think you got a great case, sir, but when I look at where people are going to get the money, I think that, now tell me if I'm wrong, there's a directors and officers insurance. That check will be cut. I think that's, these directors and officers, all their insurance is going to be run through. I don't know how much they have. There's possibility Arthur Andersen's going to have some insurance. They'll probably go through their insurance. When all's said and done, there are many people who want those two pots of money. That can't be anywhere near what your people alone need. What's going to happen here?
It's going to be a drop in the bucket, unfortunately. And one of the dirty little secrets of our pension laws is that fiduciary insurance liability, there's no requirement. This was a $2 billion 401k plan. The company won't tell us what the amount of the policy is, though they have to tell us anyway eventually. Rumors are that it's only $50 million.
Well, wouldn't that be typical of what we've seen? And every time we've rushed to judgment on this thing, we've been too easy on these guys.
Yeah, no, this is a worst-case scenario story, but on this whole point of recovery, which is so vital, because we've seen these news clips and heard from these people, and you know what? It's in the air after 9/11, this sort of, let's help folks who have been damaged, not through their own actions, but through external events. One thing occurs to me real quick. The Enron Trading Company is resuming trading. There was a story about it in the paper. And I don't know about profits net of expenses and so forth, but there's going to be cash flows. And I don't want Kenneth Lay to remain in charge with his group, because those cash flows, wherever they are, from whatever source, could conceivably be put over to your recovery request.
And did you hear the president say to Tom Brokaw that he's infuriated at what happened? Well, we would ask that he channel some of his anger into reforming the pension laws. Right now, we are at the back of the line in bankruptcy. None of that money that you just referred to, Larry, is going to flow to my clients.
Explain what that means. In other words, who's up ahead? Are there rich banks is Citicorp ahead of your people?
All of these folks.
Is J.P. Morgan ahead of your people?
We're at the end of the line. The bankruptcy laws provide that we are at the back of the line. You've got secured creditors way in front of us. And the bottom line is that the pension laws in this country are there more to protect companies than they are.
Will Vincent Nelkins, their counsel, be paid before your people?
I'm not going to comment on that. If you just indulge me for a second. The bottom line here is that we would ask the president to channel some of his anger.
Have you emailed the president? No, this is not a frivolous question, because
the guy has been betrayed by his own buddies.
Right. Before he was, I emailed him during the campaign and got responses. He is a very open, accessible guy, and I want to tell you something. You might be surprised at an invitation he would give you to come down and talk about what legally could be done in an emergency case.
Larry, unfortunately, the proposals that the Bush administration are putting out to deal with this are going to end up with the same porous pension laws we have today. Right now, the pension laws protect companies. They don't protect workers. And we've got rights without remedies. In fact, one story that was going on while Andersen was shredding documents, unfortunately, the Supreme Court, 5-4, Justice Scalia, they were shredding what was left of our case against Arthur Andersen.
But the former governor...
Don't say that. We don't know. Andersen could still be on the hook.
Well, that's right. Now,
not under the pension laws.
Former governor of Texas.
Not under the pension laws.
Hang on a second. The former governor of Texas, who spent an awful lot of time in Houston on business trips and baseball games and what have you, look at, you might be surprised with respect to the possibility of emergency funding. Forget about the policy debate on pension
These are the people who were
emergency
just hammered.
Right.
They were hammered.
And this is one of these emotional stories, and I believe you got the law behind you, but I don't know much about that. You sure have public opinion behind you.
You got us behind you, I'll tell you that much.
Well, we don't have the law behind us, and the president could change the law with the stroke of a pen. What they're going to be talking about is more disclosure and not locking people down, but it's not going to lead to real teeth. We need rights and remedies. Right now, if you can believe it, there's no make-whole remedy under ERISA, the pension law.
All right. Something to work on.
Eli, email him. Our thanks to Eli Gottesdiener for coming up. We appreciate it very much.